Hey, True Believers, England Teen here with another batch of new comic book reviews. In this case, hey, they're all laid out on the page here. It's all in the thumbnail. I've got a couple of DCs, a Marvel, and independent comic book. I look forward to it. So, Dark Knight's Death Metal is here, and I gotta say, I wasn't very excited about it, although I was very excited about Adventure Man. Can't wait to review it. So, kick back, relax, and let's get this party started. First up, we're going to talk about Dark Knight's Death Metal, the sequel to, I don't know, freaking DC Comics. Isn't Batman Who Laughs the main character in every book now? I know I'm exaggerating, but the thing is, I've got to come up with 3 minutes worth of material to just say this book sucks. And that's kind of hard because I just did the entire review in, 3 words. This book sucks. Okay, let me tell you why it sucks. I guess that would be good. I'll expand that out a little bit. So the story goes, wait, what? Are we in a dystopian future? Is this a different universe? What's going on? So, Wonder Woman is leading a sort of a hell. It's Themyscira, but it's, what is it, a prison planet that's going on here? Swamp Thing is burned out, and he's burning, and we've got the Batmen, that's taken over the surface world. I'm like, okay, wait a second. So you're saying, and I guess it's happened, if you read all the individual Batmen, they destroyed their planets in some way, shape, or form, which I always thought was the worst thing about it. I mean, you're talking about, I'm Batman, but I'm Aquaman Batman, and I'm Flash Batman. Yeah, but would Bruce Wayne really destroy the world because... I don't know. It's just, I was bored during this book, to tell you the truth. There's a couple of decent scenes. I like when the little Robin goblins tried to protect the Batman Who Laughs when he's being attacked. But beyond that, I gotta tell you, I just was like, okay, how many pages are left? That I was literally asking myself that while I was reading it. Just could not hold my interest. But then again, to tell you the truth, neither did Dark Knight Metal, the first one, after a while. I liked the individual books. I liked reading about the Batman who was waterlogged. I liked the Batman who was made of metal and all that kind of stuff. But it's just, this main story itself I thought fell flat. And in all honesty, in my opinion, the sequel does too. So maybe if you liked the original Dark Knight's Metal, you could get more out of it. But if, like me, you thought it was I don't think that one's going to change your opinion on it. Adventure Man. Have you ever picked up a book because of the cover? Isn't there a whole saying about not doing that? Hey, don't judge a book by its cover. And, of course, not only does it mean, books, you're supposed to be saying that about people, it doesn't matter what they look like, it's how they are. I know a new concept these days, or an old concept that's been thrown away. This, however, I did look at it. It's Matt Fraction. I know he could write some good stuff. I know he can write some meh stuff as well. This time he decided to write some meh stuff. Look, I did a little review of this with Eric Breen on our We've Got Issues over at Old Man Comics, and he says, well, I was so happy to get 64 pages of material for the price of a regular comic, and he's right. This is a huge book, but there's a problem. See, this part right here that we're seeing go by, there's an attack on the city. The city calls Adventure Man, and him and his team go out and they fight it, and this is like 22, 23 pages. And then we find out that it's just a story being told. Like, it's in a book. I'm like, well, okay, so that seems to have gone nowhere. And then the rest of it is introducing us to the characters that we're going to follow, especially the main character who's deaf. At one point in time, she's saying, well, I like being able to pull out my hearing aid and not listen, but I feel bad about lying to, and I kid you not, it's like 2 pages of my brother, my sister, my other brother, the guy at the gym, my dad, the dude who I passed by on the street one time who kind of looked me up and down, I thought was cute, but then creepy at the same time. It's just random and it's nonsense. There's no weight to now. And that's a problem with a lot of books I'm seeing. in modern day. They're writing for the trades, or they're trying to build up everything that they forget to actually tell a story in this issue. I mean, there's a lot of action, and I do like the setting. I like, you know, it kind of looks like the Rocketeer. It looks like Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow, or whatever that was called. So there is something to like here. I want to read the next issue, but I did not like this enough to say, hey, you guys should go buy this. I don't know. But that's just me. Next up is The Plunge from DC Comics. This is part of the Joe Hill collection, which people who've been buying the Joe Hill books know that the Joe Hill books are good. That's, I know, a niche because it's a horror comic book. I bought the first 2 issues and I was like, it was good, but I think I'm done. You know, like The Plunge was decent, but it's, and by the way, notice The Plunge is spelled with a 1 and a 3 this time around. That has a lot to do with the story that you read here. But I was done. I wasn't gonna buy issue number 3, and I saw it on the shelf. Okay, you know what? I'll pick up the next issue. You know, give it 3 issues. Maybe it'll. Oh my gosh! It most certainly did grab me. I like this book. So we meet up with the captain and the crew of this ship that they were sent to salvage, and they're monsters. But they're intelligent monsters, and they're not like murder monsters. Not yet, at least. But that what they're talking about is they discovered this math that solved all problems, and they even finished pi, and it's just this weird tale where the monsters aren't doing anything. They're not attacking. They're not trying to kill anybody. They're not being violent or anything like that. But there's just this feeling of dread. There's this feeling of be careful because that's coming. That's next. And with every turn of the page, you're wondering if that's the page where they do actually attack. It's done very well. I've said this before about some Joe Hill, is they have a very keen eye for the dreadful, and I think and the ambiance for the book, and that's very important for a horror comic, because if you look at the entire page, you can actually see what's going on panel to panel, so it's hard to be surprised. You know, a horror comic can't get away with shock value, so they have to create an ambiance in order to make it good, and that's what The Plunge does. So I was very happy I picked up I was going to walk away from it, but I'm very happy I picked up the 3rd issue, and man, I can't wait until the 4th. And we're going to end this review video with a review of Daredevil number 20. You know, I had lost a little faith in Daredevil a couple of issues back. I was like, oh my gosh, they're tanking it with the treatment of Kingpin. Well, he's back, baby. Now, this is a continuation of the story. You have all the citizenry showing up because, what was it, Rhino? Goodness gracious, I'm going to mess this up. You had Rhino, you had Bullseye, Stiltman, Crossbones. They're all showing up to Hell's Kitchen to destroy it, and all the citizenry put on their little Daredevil masks and step out, and, you know, they do the Spartacus thing. I'm Daredevil! And they try to defend their city. And here comes Daredevil to help, as well as, of all people, Typhoid Mary. There's a pretty funny scene in here involving Typhoid Mary and the Rhino. By the way, yeah, I'm not going to spoil it just in case you give it a shot. And you have, and the Alzi. Alzi is destroying the city too, but that's what brings out Kingpin, who, just as somebody's about to be shot, Kingpin's like, nope, my city. And he starts fighting, and he starts beating the crap out of people, and it's like, yes, that's what I wanted to see. Now, one thing I really have to give credit to is the city's on fire. The city's being burned down. The city's being destroyed. And I always thought, I thought while reading that, this is what it would look if a whole bunch of powerful villains attacked a city to draw out one hero. Because a lot of times it's all clean and they're not messing up buildings and all that kind of stuff. This is it. It would be basically like Man of Steel. Go figure. We all put that movie down for all the destruction, but in all honesty, that's how I think it would be, and that's how it is here. This book is cool. Daredevil's back, Kingpin's back, and I'm a happy man. So there you go, gang. That's the reviews. And, of course, at the end here, I always put the covers from the books that I enjoyed the best to the book that I enjoyed the worst or least or didn't really like at all. And I got to tell you, Daredevil just was a hell of a lot more fun. Plunge actually made me feel what it wanted me to feel. Adventure Man has promise that has not been revealed yet, and I'm hoping future issues do. But in all honesty, guys, I cannot see myself caring about death metal. I just can't. If it's your cup of tea, God bless you for it, but just not mine. But that's just my opinion. What is yours? Let me know in the comments below, and click on one of the videos that are popping up around you right now. Check those out as well. Don't forget to click like, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell if you haven't done it already. And if you like the channel, go on over to Patreon, drop $1 in the till. Helps keep the lights on, helps keep making videos for you. We also have Ko-Fi and members only over at I Love Comics. I'd like to thank everybody who's already done that, and to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching.